So this is a paper 1 trace table style question. We've got 4 marks for it. We've got the trace table at the bottom. We've got the algorithm in pseudocode at the top. So complete the trace table for figure 7. This is figure 7 when the user enters 15 and 39. So they've already put those in for us here in the trace table, 15 and 39. So we can carry on from there. So the first 2 lines where we get the user input are done. So then we've got line 3 here where it says while num1, if we were doing this in Python, it's not equal to num2. So this is not equal to. You can do that in lots of different ways in pseudocode, but not equal to. So number 1 is not equal to number 2, so that means we're going to carry on. So then we carry on here. We could just link this while loop up here. This is where the while loop is. If number 1 is bigger than number 2, well, it's not, because number 1 is 15 and number 2 is 39. So we carry on to else. So on the else, number 2 gets number 2 minus number 1. So number 2 is 39. That's 39 minus 15 is 24. And yeah, don't be frightened to do the actual calculation. If you want to put it up, don't get a calculator for this paper. So, if you want to go, write it out, that's absolutely fine. Like this, make sure you get it correct. So it's 24, so we're going to write 24 because number 2 has now become 24. Number 2 has got itself minus number 1, which is 15. So end if, end while, we go back up to the while. So are the numbers the same? No, they're not the same. So we're going to carry on. So if number 1 is greater than number 2, well, number 1 is 15, number 2 is 24, so that's not the case. So we're on to the else again. Number 2 gets number 2 minus number 1. Well, number 2 is now 24, minus 15 gives 9. So we've got 9 left. So number 2 becomes 9. So then we get to end while, we go back to the while loop. Here we go, line 3. Are the 2 numbers the same? 15 and 9? No, they're not the same. So we're going to carry on. If number 1 is bigger than number 2, well, this time it is. 15 is more than 9. So number 1 gets number 1 minus number 2. So that's 15, which is number 1 minus 9, which is 6. Now you can write this directly here. You could write it on the same line as here. You can go underneath there. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you feel better with. So I'm just writing it here because it's after this, but you don't have to do that. It doesn't matter what order what line you put them in particularly. Okay, so we're end while. Go back up to the while. Are the numbers the same? No, they're not the same. So we're going to carry on. So is number 1 bigger than number 2? No, it isn't. So number 2 gets number 2 minus number 1. Number 2 is 9 minus 6, which is 3. So let's write 3 in here for number 2. And the while, go back up. Are they the same? 6 and 3. No, they're not the same. So does number 1 bigger than number 2? Yes, it is. So what we're going to do here is take these away. So 6 minus 3 equals 3. So number 1 becomes 3, like this. And while number 1 is not equal to number 2, well, now they are equal, so we've finished. We'd carry on the program after this because we've finished the while loop, so now we're ended. So the answer that we've got here is 3 in both numbers. So we were carrying on this until they were equal, and that's what we've done. So 4 marks for that. Hopefully you got on okay with that one.